Hey guys, K-Rex50 here with another review. This time I'll be reviewing the Kaizoku Gattai Deluxe Gokai-Oh from Kaizoku Sentai Gokaiger. This is the main robo of the Gokaigers, which is made up of 5 Gokai machines. Gokai Galleon, Gokai Jet, Gokai Racer, Gokai Trailer, and Gokai Marine. So, let's get started. First up is Gokai Red's Gokai Galleon, which also doubles as the Gokaiger's base, sorts. This is the biggest of the 5 Gokai machines, and also definitely the most detailed one. Starting from the front, we can see the bow, which is made up of a pair of swords. Coming along to the sides, you see a lot of detail molded in. Right here we have an anchor on each side. The Gokaiger symbol, which is a key and crossed swords. A set of cannons here. Another set over here. And you've also got the arm joints sticking out of the side, which can also double as bigger cannons. Going up top, you've got 3 sets of sails. One with a silver painted Gokaiger symbol. And on the back, you can even see that they mold in masts, which is a really nice detail. Going along to the back, we've got the cockpit right here, with some amber painted windows. And then 4 fins along the back, as well as the leg connectors, which double as boosters. It has a set of 3 wheels on the bottom, so it can roll around just like so. Next up is Gokai Blue's Gokai Jet. And while it's a little boxy for a jet, it still has some nice details. Up here you can see the front fin, and then the silver cockpit right here. Got a couple of laser cannons up on the sides, and then a bigger cannon here in the front. You have 3 Gokaiger symbols on it. Back here you've got the 2 sets of wings that form an X shape, as well as this upper portion, which has some cannons on either side. You've got some silver painted cannons on the sides. Then 4 wheels down here. Even some more minor details like these, which are perhaps missile launchers. And of course it can roll along just fine. Next is Gokai Green's Gokai Racer. They've got a nice little race car here. You can see some of the details up close. Silver cockpit up here. Engine block down here. You have the Gokaiger symbol up on the front, as well as this port right here, which perhaps has a laser cannon right here, then the front spoilers. Wheels on the side are nice and spin quite freely. Have a set of cannons here on the side, similar to the ones on Gokai Jet. And the other side. This one also rolls quite well. Up next we have Gokai Yellow's Gokai Trailer. So, this is actually in 2 parts. The cab and the actual trailer itself. They just connect here on this joint, which can swivel side to side. You've got the cab, which is actually shaped like a treasure chest, which is a nice detail. Got the cockpit right here. And this detail right here, which is like the lock for the chest. You can see that the trailer itself is also kind of boxy like a treasure chest itself as well. All of its wheels do spin quite nicely. And you've got 3 more Gokaiger symbols on it. And with this it does turn if you move the cab to one side or the other, which is quite nice. And last but not least is Gokai Pink's Gokai Marine. And once again, since this is a Pink Ranger mecha, it's mostly white with just a bit of pink, but you can see it's a nice little submarine. Once again, it has a Gokaiger symbol on the sides, and then one up top. You've got a nice anchor detail here on the front. And then this port up here has some fins on the side, and then this section, which is most likely the cockpit right there. And once again, some small wheels on the bottom, so it can roll around. Next, of course, we'll combine them all together. So to start, take Gokai Galleon, fold down all 4 fins, and take the biggest sail, spin it 180 degrees, fold the back sail forward, then collapse it in like so, and set it back down. Next, take Gokai Jet, remove this top section and set it aside, fold in the lower wings, as well as the landing gear, attach it to this side as the right arm of the Gokai Racer, fold these back wheels forward using these hinges, and lift up the engine block to reveal a fist, and then attach it on the other side to make the left arm. Then, for Gokai Trailer, detach the cap from the trailer, and reconnect it via this clip right here, and the connector there. Connect it here as the left leg. Then for Gokai Marine, split open the front section and attach it there as the right leg. Then moving up, split open the front bow of the ship and detach this piece right here. And you're going to split up this and fold this piece around like so. And this forms the weapons, the Gokai can. You're going to clip them onto the sides down here using these clips right here. You'll know which side you can clip it on because you have to use the hollow side. And finally, take this piece, fold in the fins like so to make Gokai-Oh's hat, and clip it on top. And here we have the completed Gokai-Oh. As you can see, it's quite well proportioned and has a nice pouty look to it. Getting up close, one of the cool details you've got is just going throughout, you can see these silver sections which distinguish the arms and legs. And then you've got the separate shoulders, as well as kind of gloves for the hands. Coming up to the head, we have the nice and well sculpted face there. Got some good shoulder cannons up here. And the really cool detail is, as you might have noticed underneath the hat, Gokai is actually wearing a red bandana, which even has the Gokaiger symbol here on the forehead. Articulation-wise, it's pretty basic for Sentai Robo, having just articulation in the arms, though it can only move forward and back this much since it's blocked by those shoulder cannons. And of course you equip it with the Gokai cannon, although they are designed for one hand each. So for this one, which has the front mount sail, attach it here in the fist on Gokai Jet, in the right arm. And then the other one goes in the left fist on Gokai Racer, just like so. And unfortunately, because of the way it's designed, it can't really hold this sword straight, because it's being blocked by the cannon, although I guess you could technically do it like this, but you won't have it with the guard up, then it won't be able to hold it straight. And then we have the main gimmick of Gokai-Oh, which is this dial here on the back. So by turning this dial, it'll actually open up 5 ports along Gokai-Oh. And there are 2 methods of doing so, and that depends on which way you rotate it. As you can see, the dial here has an arrow as an indicator of what point it's at. The top is the default, and it's also designed like a pirate ship's helm. So, turning it to the right or clockwise opens the panels up one by one, and opening the final panel will reveal the Gokai cannon, which is this spring-loaded piece that flips up like so. And then you can see that these are all hollowed out on the insides, though there are also these stickers on the inner doors for the legs. Conversely, if you turn left or counterclockwise, it's supposed to open them all at once, and that kind of malfunctions, so let me do that again. So turning it counterclockwise opens up all the doors at once. And so you've actually got a little bit more detail here. If we actually look here, you can see that this section here, which is like a plank, also has a little runway. And that's kind of an indicator of the big gimmick for the Gokai mech line, which were the different Gokai machines. And if you look here, there's this little lever that if you pull it back, will actually pop out the Gokai cannon. And so for these spaces, you can put in any of the various Gokai machines that were sold in the Gokai series. And with those, you can store them and then release them using that dial in the back. And it's also important to reset it back to the top if you want to close them up, as if you don't, it won't lock in place and it'll just pop back out. So close them up, you have to turn it to the top, then fold in all the panels. And there we go. So overall, while Gokai-Oh is definitely a very nice looking robo, with a lot of great molding, sculpting, and paint detail, playability wise it feels a little lacking on its own. While you have the individual Gokai machines, all they can really do on their own is just roll around. And though of course they can combine, you can pose them with the swords, it does have pretty limited articulation, and while you do have that opening gimmick in this mode, with just what comes in the basic Gokai-Oh set, when it's just Gokai-Oh it feels a little bit lacking, because 4 of the compartments are just empty, and personally I wish that they'd include some kind of filler pieces to go in those slots, since in the show when it uses the final attack with its cannon, it actually has cannonballs in the arms and legs that are being fed to that cannon in the chest. And that was something that was included with the Super Robot Chogokin action figure version of Gokai-Oh. So it just would have been nice to see something like that here on the deluxe version. With that in mind, I'd say whether or not you're a fan of Gokai-Oh, if you're going to pick this up, I would also recommend picking up one of the Gokai machines. One of the other Gokai machines. since those are meant to split up and go into all 5 slots. So when you use that gimmick with the dial in the back, you'll actually have things popping out of each of the 5 hatches. And to me, that's the kind of thing that will feel more satisfying. Now, another thing is that this is something I've had for a little while. For you guys who've been watching me for a little while now, you'll remember that I've actually had this since summer of last year, which was during the brief period of time where I was doing Halls videos, and I got this along with the Deluxe Gojujin, which will be my next review. And I'm only now getting around to reviewing them because I meant to review them at the time, but just kind of put them off. Just for so long that I forgot about it, and because I currently don't have anything new to review, and within the next couple of months, just going in the future, it's gonna start picking up with the things I'll have to review. So I'm doing these now, both because I have the time to do so, and to make up for lost time before I get swamped by new stuff coming in. So, with that in mind, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and or subscribe, and you can check me out on Facebook at facebook.com/KRX50. And for now, this is KRX50, writing off.